U.S. Three-Road Fleet expanding operational role in Indo-Pacific. The U.S. Third Fleet is expanding its operational role in the Indo-Pacific as the dynamics in the region are growing more complex, the new fleet commander. In a recent interview in Hawaii, Vice Admiral Michael Boyle described the changes U.S. Third Fleet has made in recent years and how he views the operating picture in the region. Boyle, who took the helm of Third Fleet in June after serving as the Maritime Operations Director for U.S. Pacific Fleet, said his command could act as a maneuver arm of PACFLEET or operate forward when U.S. 7th Fleet is tied up with other tasking. Boyle said U.S. forces in the region need both the infrastructure in place to continuously work with allies and partners and for staff to move away from functioning as if it's peacetime. In the Pacific, we do a lot of practicing for a war that might happen 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 30 years from now. But we're not in a hot war. And so our headquarters are kind of structured to be peacetime headquarters. And that has changed over the last couple of years, Boyle said. While the biennial Rim of the Pacific exercise gives the U.S. and partner nations the chance to drill together, Boyle argued the infrastructure must remain in place so nations are prepared to respond to events and conflicts in the region. The Third Fleet Commander, who also leads RIMPAC, pointed to the Combined Maritime Forces operating in U.S. 5th Fleet as an example of what PACFLEET could do in the region with a similar organization. Earlier this year, Paparo said U.S. Indo-Pacific Command Chief Admiral John Aquilino ordered PACFLEET to operate with Japan as a de facto task force during exercises in the region. Having the infrastructure in place with the combined force would allow the United States to move outside the Western Pacific and do more operations in places near Pacific Island nations or the Aleutian Islands, Boyle argued. A combined task force could make it so that the U.S., allies and partners can come together for the types of exercises the U.S. Navy and Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force have been conducting more of in the Indo-Pacific over the last year. Canadian Rear Admiral Christopher Robinson, the Deputy Commander of RIMPAC 2022, he thinks ad hoc naval task forces coming together for drills and operations will happen more often. I kind of think that shorter groupings, so bringing task groups together for shorter groupings of time and then ships come and go as their national taskings changed, is going to be the way of the future, he told. While deployments like the 2021 United Kingdom-led Queen Elizabeth, R08, multinational carrier strike group will continue, Robinson emphasized the need for more impromptu groupings. Boyle pointed to drills in the Philippine Sea last October, when the Ronald Reagan Carrier Strike Group, the Carl Vinson CSG, the Queen Elizabeth CSG, and Japan's helicopter destroyer JSI's DDH-182, exercised together, as an example of those ad hoc task groups.